Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Key to the Streets. Let's go. It's your boy, Mike Gomes. If you're getting any value, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. All I got to say is another one. It's another novation agreement. We're cranking out these novation agreements. We're going to go over a novation agreement that we locked up last week. Now, last week we locked up two. This one that I'm going to go over was in Connecticut. So, same deal as the other one that I went over yesterday, where we stopped. We didn't stop a foreclosure, but it came in from another wholesaler. That's what I'm saying. It came in from another wholesaler. Wholesaler was like, hey, I have this lead that sounds like it could be a good novation. I don't really know, though. Can you hop on the phone with my seller? Hopped on the phone with the seller, and boom, we got a deal. So I'm going to go over it. I'm going to call this the CT novation. This deal is in Connecticut. Notice we're doing these deals everywhere. For me, my main market is Massachusetts. That's my backyard. That's where we do the majority of our deals. That's where we operate our direct-to-seller business for the majority. Our direct-to-seller business is in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. That's where we market directly to sellers. But then we're getting a bunch of deals everywhere. We're getting a bunch of deals in like Florida, Arizona. We had one in like Tennessee. These are just coming in from other wholesalers. I don't control where these other wholesalers market, but I'm loving helping them out on these deals and loving helping them get them to the finish line. So we're doing deals nationwide pretty much. As long as you have a community that you can reach out to for boots on the ground and everything in that market, like you can do deals anywhere. So this novation, right? Situation with the lady is she's moving out of state. She's moving out of state and she's like, hey, I don't really have the time. I'm supposed to move in about a month. I don't have the time to put any love into the property or to list the property or anything like that. I just need some money to leave. So I'm asking her, I'm like, hey, what is the most important thing to you? I know you're leaving here in a month. What do you absolutely need in order to move in a month? And she says, well, I need like $10,000 in order to move in a month. I'm like, okay, great. What if we did this? What if we partnered up and we found a retail buyer for you? But in the meantime, while we're doing that, we release $10,000 to you that allows you to go move to the state that you're moving in. She's like, yeah, great. I'll do that all day. So for this deal, we got under contract at 245. Needs pretty much nothing. Needs literally maybe $5,000 worth of work, if that. So 235, we'll call this the purchase price, but really this is like the price to the seller. Okay. And then what we're going to do is before we release the $10,000, we have to run title. So this is what we got under a novation agreement. I can't spell. Novation agreement, we got it locked up at 245. So once we got this locked up, we then sent this over to our attorney, and our attorney is running title. That's what our attorney is doing at the moment. So before we release the $10,000, we want to run title because we don't know if there's any crazy liens on the property, or we don't know if there's, some crazy probate issues that are going on with the property. We want to make sure that everything is all set for our $10,000. So we're going to run title for this deal. And once title is clear and we're all set to go and our attorney gives us the go, like, hey, this is a good deal, nothing's going to mess up your deal. Okay. We're going to get this $10,000 from a private money lender. Private money lender is going to send over the funds for the $10,000. That $10,000 is going to get released to the seller. And then we might do a little bit of work to the property because they're living in the property right now. And she's like, hey, I'd rather have you guys come in and do the listing and stuff once I leave. So we're going to do that. We could, if we wanted to, start the listing like right when we release the $10,000, or even start the listing now if we wanted to. But it's really not a crazy rush because we have in our novation agreement, we have like a close at the end of February or something. So we're not super pressed for time. So we're going to take our time. We're going to run title, make sure everything's all set. Then we're going to get a private money lender. We're going to secure them by a bunch of different things so that their money is saved on the deal. It's secured on the deal. Okay. Now that $10,000 is sent over to the seller, we're going to list the property. The ARV on this thing is about 325. So we're going to list it at 325. We're going to pay the private money lender some interest. Maybe have like $5,000 in rehab. Then we're going to end up profiting whatever's left after we pay our attorneys to close on it, after we pay the real estate agent to go and list the property and find the buyer, have to pay all them. That is our profit. And then the seller's mortgage gets wiped out, and boom, we're all set, ready to rock and roll. This actually could have been a sub 2 deal where we take it down sub 2, and then we either just relist it right away or hold on to it long term. I'm going to tell you why I didn't do either or. I didn't take it down sub 2, which means like subject to the existing mortgage. So there's a mortgage here of, I believe, I forget exactly, but I think it's like 230 or something. So I could have bought the property with this mortgage in place and then just made the mortgage payments and then immediately relisted it at this price. Okay, I could have done that. But what happens when you do that? You have closing costs. You have, maintenance. You have utilities and all that. So this is in the negotiations with the buyer. So if we close on it right away, we'd have all this. I mean, the seller. Right now, we don't have to do that because the seller lives there and it's the seller's property. It's in their name. So they're taking care of all that. Okay. So we avoid all the fees for closing on it. So what we could have done, it's called a subtail. We take it down sub 2, put a little love into it, and then put it right back up on the market. We didn't do that because it would have been additional costs. A novation agreement takes away all that cost. We also could have took it down sub 2 and then use it as a rental. The reason why I didn't want to do that is because this is not in my market and I would rather just do the novation. Okay. And we are crushing novations. Novations, I like novations better than I like wholesaling to cash buyers. There's less headache. You just have the realtor go find the buyer. You don't have to deal with anything. You don't have to deal with any paperwork or anything. Like, it's the easiest freaking thing in the world. I promise you guys are missing these opportunities. If you guys are generating leads, you guys are missing some of these opportunities in your CRM. If you haven't already went back and looked at my videos and already went back to your CRM and you're calling these sellers like, hey, who can we do? Like, here's the thing. Go back in your CRM and look at all the people that are looking for like 80% ARV who don't really need too much work done to their property. These are the perfect people for these deals. I don't like doing novations where you have to do a shit ton of work. I don't even like doing fix and flips where I have to do a shit ton of work. I'm just like a in and out type of guy, right? That's all I want. So that's why these novations are like my freaking favorite. So I challenge you guys, go back in your CRM. And if there's a lead that you're like, yo, I think this is a lead that Mike is talking about, get me on the phone, dog. You got the top dog closer up here in New England, dog. Put me on the phone. Let's go. So if this video brought you guys any value, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.